cards here tonight when because there's no obviously Buffalo Bills. The Bills already lost on Thursday. We're gonna be doing some 1987 Topps baseball rack packs. We got 10 different rack packs here for you. Didn't want to go even further than that, even though I've got a whole box, just because you're already getting into 30 packs here. So I was like, all right, we'll do that, because you know what? Football game, I don't care about this second. Obviously, we're looking for 1987 Topps rookie bonds here. Anybody that's been following my stuff knows that I'm one card short of the PSA 1 through 10 run of Barry Bonds. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know people trickle in as we go, so I'm going to go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Chat's open, and I don't know if I should use a knife or what, because every time I try to use a knife to get into these, I end up making a mess. Maybe I'll just try this first and see. Hopefully I don't crush anything. Starting out with Donnie Baseball. As always, remember that this back wall has no rhyme or reason to it. Some rookies, but most of the time it's just Yankees. Yankees and Legends. So we'll start with Donnie Baseball, because it's my back wall and I can decide. We got Tim, Alan, Herm, Domingo Ramos, Ozzie Smith. He's a legend, but I'm not going to put a lot of legends up there. We'll keep legends off to the side, though, just to be fair. Make sure I didn't miss any legends if I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that up. Let me know in the comments too if I miss any legends that you love. Oh, I've seen some great mustaches already. Everybody that follows my stuff knows that I do put a great lip sweater on the back. Well, Harold Reynolds, he wasn't the worst. All right, so Gary Gotti. All right. I'm gonna put my stack off to the side here as we go. See what we can get. Let's keep rolling. Oh, we're starting to have some people come in. Hey, how are you? All right. I'm not going to read off all the names like I typically do, just because for the sake of saving everybody's time here. But we got Jay Aldrich, Ed Romero, Mike Bilecki, Larry Herndon, Ole Hernandez, great mustache. Mark Thurman, Tom Glavine. All right. I like the Glavine. Look at that. All right. Well, we'll put Tom Glavine up there. We'll be fair. We'll put Tom Glavine up there. I did say, you know what? To be fair, we'll put our great people off to the side there. All right. Great lip sweater on Dan. Pete Keedy, Mike Maddox, David Cohn. Yep, gotta love it. And Matt. And then Jeff. Jeff is technically a rookie, so I'll put him over here. Not who we're looking for. Oh, he fell. Is that karma or what? All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, we got the legends. You got Boggs out there, Lee Mazzilli, Neil Allen, Glenn Hoffman. All right, Steve Lamberti. All right. Ken Howell, Jerry Reed, Childress. Oh, we got record breakers. We got Allen, and we got Rick Honeycutt. All right, nobody's making the. I'm not even gonna say nobody's making the Honeycutt, because that's a stupid joke. So I'm not doing that. Hey, Ryston, how are you? Welcome. Everybody just kind of rolling in here. We're looking for the bonds, so we're kind of cutting through a lot of the stuff, looking for bonds and some other rookies maybe, but I'm looking for obviously the one with the brown border there. I'm at Keith Moreland, Jody Davis, Greg Harris, Dave Valley, John Russell, Mike Young. You got Johnny, Willie Upshaw, Fred Lynn, Wally Joyner. All right, I think that's kind of like Wally Joyner, always have. Al Newman, Mike Schmidt, he's a legend, so we'll go ahead and put them off to the side because we said we were going to. Moose and Cale Daniels. All right, not moving mountains here. Many of these people so far. Luckily, we've got 26 packs to go here. Let's see what we can get. Todd Benzinger, Kenny Ellenson, Doc Gooden. He's going over in the save pile. Jim Sundberg, Dan Petrie. All right, we got Jaquan, Bill, Ron, Bob Walk, Luis Polonia, Ed Olwin, Ed Nunez, Frank Williams. All right, let's keep rolling here. Uh-oh, almost put him in my pile of people that I care about. All right, Keith Hughes. Let's keep rolling here. Lonnie Smith, John Tudor, got Wally, George Brett. Gotta be fair. Denny Martinez, best mustache in the game. Gene Garber, David Angle, Sam Horn. We got Todd, Billy Gullickson, Keith Hernandez, another great lip sweater. Tim Laudner, and we got Tommy there with the eye black. Oh, you see that? All right, we'll pull something fun at some point, I promise. Keep rolling here. Ozzie Smith, just to be fair. All right, Bobby, Fernando Valenzuela. It's a great card, just too late for him. He'd already been playing forever. Mitch Webster, Hudal Washington, go Yankees. Wayne Tolson, Dick Schofield, Luis Aguayo, Jack Clark, Mike Boddicker, Oral Hershiser. Oh, gotta be fair. Jerry Dunn, Mike Greenwell. No thanks. Bobby Sebra, Dale Murphy, Donnie Baseball. Gonna be fair. I'll even put some Red Sox over there, even as a Yankees fan. If they qualify as greats, I'll put them over there. But there's no real standard on the back wall. I mean, we've got a random Tom Glavine with a smirk, so I don't know what's going on back there. All right, Mike, Jerry, Paul O'Neill, yeah, go Yankees. I know everybody remembers some of the Reds, but Ron Kittle, yeah, Carney, big old Gus, Jody Reed. He's trying with the mustache there. It's a nice mustache. We got Steve, Jay Aldrich, Ed Romero, Ozzie Virgil, Keith Comstock, and Willie Hernandez. Oh, somebody beat him with the lip sweater. Look at that thing. Denny Martinez is on the front here. He always had a wicked cookie duster. So wait till you see this one. If I can ever get to it. Holy cow. What are these? Childproof? All right. Look at that. Denny Martinez. Look at that. All right. That's what people want. Randy St. Clair. Brian Jack Howell. Tracy Jones. I got Todd, Billy Gullickson, Bob Dernier, Wally Bachman, I don't know what I call him. Bachman, I think it was, but could be saying that wrong. Jerry Brown, Larry Sheets, checklist, Greg Minton, and Gene Larkin. All right. We're just rolling here. I'm going to do this. I'm cheating. It'll take me a month of Sundays to get into these. Billy Williams, Bob Sebra, whatever they call them, Zebra. I don't know. Dale Murphy, Donnie Baseball. I already got one of those, so I'm not going to put that back in there. Mike, we got Ken, Lou Whitaker again, Darryl Strawman. That's going back there for sure. Go Yankees. All right, we got Rance, Tom, Steve Bedrosian, Lee Lacy, Terry Kennedy, Reed Nichols, and ended it with Dave. Come on, give me somebody decent here. What are we doing? I'm gonna end up going to 86 here in a second if we don't pull anything fun. Kurt Wilkerson, Steve Crawford. I guess we'll call it jump cracks, right? Mark Grant, James Steele, Mark Ryle, Don Sutton, Charlie Paleo, Don Carmen, Mike Fielder, Mike Jackson, Mike Gallagher, Craig Lefferts, Paul O'Neill again, and John Smiley. All right, that's not going into the keep it pack. Let's see what else we got. I still just got basically Tom Glavine on the back. It's not even like the chase card. I mean, it would be, I guess, if we were looking in the Fleer 88 baseball, which I got some of those, but Joe Carter, Joe Johnson, Jim Morrison, Mickey Hatcher. We got future stars of Mike Campbell. I mean, if it was Bo Jackson, that'd be better, I guess. All right, Charlie, Donnie Moore, Dave Madigan, Ken Phelps, Nolan Ryan. Gotta be fair. Dave Dravecky, Rob Ducey, Robinson, Frank Viola. We got Paulie and Felix Furman. All right. I might just throw a Fleer baseball in the mix, just make me feel alive here if we don't pull something decent here soon. All right, Brett Saberhagen on the front. All right, we'll put him over in our great pile. All right, we got Kevin, Mike Heath, Bo Diaz, Greg Nettles, Bruce Hurst, Keith Moreland, Jody Davis, Greg Harris. We got Dave, John Russell, Mike Young, Johnny Grubb. It's a great name. Will Ipshaw, Fred Lynn, and Wally Joyner again. Boy, we're pulling a lot of people, but nobody to write home about. Like I said, I might end up throwing an 86 in here, a 91 Fleer or something, just because. All right, we got Mike, Jody Reed. We got Steve, Jay Aldrich, Ed Romero, Mike Bielecki, Larry Herndon, Willie Hernandez, great mustache, Mark Thurmond. We got Glavin again. I'm not doing two. I mean, might as well just whatever. We have a little shrine to Tom Glavin in the back here. Terry Leach, Dave, Eric Plunk, Mike Maddox, David Cohn. Nope. To be fair, David Cohn goes in the greats pile. Threw a no-hitter. He threw a perfect game, just a no-hitter. I don't remember. Or just a, or Phil Garner, Hoffman, we got the Mets. All right. Well, at least we got a bondsman now we're looking for. Kevin Elster on the Future Stars. No thanks. Turning back the clock. Dave LaPointe, Randy Bush, Pedro Guerrero, Jeff Ballard, Jerry Royster, Stan Musial on the Turn Back the Clock. What do we got here? Oh boy. Phil Necro, Joe Necro. All right, we got the brothers. And Ale Nipper. I don't know. Should I put people in the greats pile on the Phil Necro one? Probably. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pre-do these. Start with the back one this time. Let's see. Maybe we don't have to put somebody else up there and not our shrine to Tom Glavin. All right. Jim Traber. All right. Sam Stewart. Oh, Bob Gibson. I got that card. Not that exact card, but I got the Bob Gibson here. One of the ones that I'm restoring is this Bob Gibson right here. Look at that guy. 1965 Bob Gibson that I'm going to be restoring. Pulled this one yesterday for anybody that was following the stream yesterday. We got this guy, little Randy Johnson rookie, so it's fun. All right, Gibson, Storm Davis, great name. Scott Sanderson, Bill Madlock. We got Junior, John Candelaria, Greg Maddox. Wrong year, but we'll take it. We'll take that. Followed by Roger Clemens. All right, at least we're getting somewhere. Shane Mack, Steve Henderson, Tim Leary, and we got Daryl. So that was not terrible. You get a Maddox and a Clemens back to back. All right. Junior Ortiz, Doc Edwards, Mel Hall, Joey Meyer, not the Future Stars we're looking for. So looking for Bo on that one. Deion James, Wade Boggs All-Star. Oh, it's fun. It's got his eye there. Oh boy. Something happened with that card. But we'll put that over there. We'll go with our stars checklist. We got Butch, Mike Marshall, Tom Nieto, Dave Palmer. All right, we got Jimmy, Bill Long. Great mustache on Bill Long. And Kirk McCaskill. All right. We're not blowing anybody's doors off here. Luckily, we got a bunch of stuff on. I see Daryl Strawberry and Kirby Puckett on the front of the other one, so that'll be good. Dave Johnson, Jack Clark, Mike Buttaker, Earl Hershiser. Yep, gotta be fair. Mike Greenwell. Okay. We got Bobby, Dale Murphy, Tom Mattingly. I put that over there if we didn't already have a bunch. Ken Daly, Lou Whitaker again, the Straw Man. He'll go over there. Rance, and look at that lip sweater on Tom. Look at that. Holy cow. Yeah, let me cheating. Let me cheating on here. Starting on the right side, never do that. Kirby Puckett. He'll go in there. That'll work. Bruce Sutter, Eric. We got the Kings, Bobby Witt, Jim Cott, Mike Moore, Exposed Leaders, Dwayne Henry, Mike Gubishka, Mickey Brantley, remember if I remember him or not. Don Gordon. It's a good one. Oh, we got Ale on the rookie, but I don't think I need that. And Andre Dawson. He'll go over there. It's pretty good. Let's see. Jerry Humphrey. Gardner. All right, Jarrett, look at that lip sweater. Holy cow, it's a nice one. Carney Lansford. We got Gus. We got Tom. We got Darren. We got Ed. We got Daryl Boston. Ozzie Virgil. Keith Comstock. John Moses. And Mike Burbeck. Burkebeck. There we go. All right, I better pull something fun here. Can't just be the Shrine to Glavin in the background. There's the Daryl Strawberry. Goes over into the great pile. All right, Jack. Bobby Brower. Cecilio, Paul, Tony Gwynn. Oh, to be fair, he's going in the greats pile. Eric King, Floyd Rayford, Terry Kennedy, Reed, Juan, Ed Lynch, and Ellis Burks. I mean, Ellis Burks is he was what he was. We got a Ripken on the All-Star here. Yeah, I'm starting with the right side. Never do that. Let's do it. Ross Jones, got the leaders, Bill Wilkinson, Alan Ashby, Jeff, Shawan Dunston, Dave Henderson, Denell Nixon. We got Joe. We got Willie Randolph. Oh, yeah, we'll put him over there. Barry Jones, Bob Nepper. We got Dale, and rounding these out with Nelson Liriano. So nothing to write home about that one. Marval Wynn, Gary Lucas. All right, Pat Clements, Greg Cross. Let's see what we got here. Chris Fire, Polonia, Tom Bolton, not related to Michael Bolton. John Morris, Mark Chiardi, Barry Lyons, and Harry Spillman. Boy. I'm going to get somebody fun here. I'm going to do an 86 just because. All right, we got Ripken. I'll stay in the fun pile. Bruce, Rafael Palmeiro. That'll be a fun one. How about that? Nice. We'll put Rafael Palmeiro back there. Just because. No rhyme or reason, but we'll take Henry Cotto. Sparky Anderson. He looks upset. Sean Raleigh. Roy Smalley. Gary Ward. Carlton Fisk. We got Frank, Ozzie Guillen, Ron, Mikey Davis, Dave, and Don Slott. All right. Well, at least we finally pulled like a Palmeiro. Could just go through these whole rack packs and just stare at a whole lot of nothing. But let's see. Denell Nixon, Joe, Willie Randolph again, Barry Jones. This one looks very similar to the last pack that we pulled. Dale, Kirby Puckett again, Bruce, Eric Nolte, Dyer, Bobby Witt, Jim Gott, and Mike Moore. I might just pull some loose 87s here. This is what we're going to be doing. At least I got a better shot at those, I guess. Kirk, Dave Parker, Mike Hartz, Eric Snow, Show. There we go. It was probably Shaw, wasn't it? Kurt Ford, Juan Nieves, Gary Thurman, Dave Clark, Whitey Herzog. Look at that. He's upset. Chuck Jackson, Jeff Hamilton, Cecil Fielder, Jeff Dedman. All right. We're building up quite the stack of cards over here with a whole bunch of Schneed on the. Yeah, Mike Schmidt in the mix. That'll be fun. Dave Winfield, to be fair, he goes in the greats pile. Dave Schmidt, Mike Schmidt. We already got that card over there. That's all right. Moose, Kale, Jimmy Quirk, Mike Stanley, Daryl Miller. Ooh, this guy's backwards. Jimmy, Johnny Grubb, Willie Upshaw, Fred Lynn, Ollie Joyner again, Al Newman, and nothing to write home about. I want to start pulling 87 loose packs around here. You got a bunch of those and 89s and 91s. So I'll just pull this into a whole thing here. All right, Dave Woodfield again, We got Casey on the rookie. Should have been the rookie all-star, wasn't it? Yep, there you go. Greg, Ricky Henderson, to be fair. Ken Oberkfell, Kevin Schramm, Will Clark. Oh, Will Clark's going to go up there. Pete O'Brien, Chris, Andre Dawson. That's good. Hey Murray. That's good. On Castillo and Bob McClure. Let's see what we got here. Jeff Sellers, Lance Parrish, Jim Dwyer, Scott, Drew Hall, Every Win, Candy Maldonado, Donnie Baseball on the All-Star, Lance McCullens, Dennis Powell, Jose Nunez. We got Len, Mark Langston, and Rick Rodriguez on the mustache. All right, see what we got here. Dave, Sam Horn, Todd, Billy Gullickson, Keith Hernandez. He's all right. Jim Laudner. We got Darnell and Tom. Brian, Brooke Jacoby, Kevin Gross, Brian Downing, John Kruk. He's all right. We got John, Jim Rice, and Danny Gladden. That was literally 10 rack packs. 10. And I think we might have pulled like 2 people to talk about. The rest of it was your average junk wax. These are the stars that we pulled, but stars is kind of a loose term here. So I'm going to go ahead and rip some second Topps 1987 packs. But I've also got 1988 Fleer because I was feeling that with the Glavins on the back. That was the true rookie, not this nonsense of the Topps. So I'm going to go rip a few of those. And I also have, well, I mean, I've got thousands and thousands of packs, but I was going to pull some other fun stuff. There's an Ozzie Green on there. None of that's worth grading, but got our All-Stars. I'm going to pull out the All-Stars real quick just to review kind of what I have. So we got the All-Stars. None of these are going to be graded or grade worthy, but we'll pull them out because these were the quote unquote hits that we got in this whole thing, which is like I guess it's being the tallest short person, I guess. This is all we got. So we got the All-Stars, we got the Glavins, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull some random ones. So those that are still in the stream, we're gonna pull some random ones, which will be fun. 1987, I can do 1989, 1988, even though it's not as fun. 1991, 1991, 1992 Donruss football. Let me see. Because I'm going to pull some of these because the rack packs ended up being just kind of a kick in the mouth. So I'm going to do some of these 87 baseballs. Do a couple of those. And to keep things fun, I'll do a couple of the 89 Fleer baseball. That'll be a fun one. Then we'll do the Topps 1990 Topps. And we'll do 91 Topps. Then we'll do, because this is just going to be an overall grab bag here. And then we'll do the 93 Bowman. And then we'll do 89 Topps. And then we'll round things out here with a 1991 Find the Nolan. So we'll round things out with some fun stuff there. So let some people hop back into the live, and then we'll get rolling on that. I'm gonna look and see what else we've got over here, because I'm gonna start pulling stuff in a second. Let me see here. Looking at the pile. Remember, we do the giveaways, which we have some of the random ones in the back. Bowman Baseball. We have 88, 89, 90, 91. We've got the Upper Deck, 91, 90, 89. We've got the Score, 1990 baseball, which that's another fun one. And then quickly, what we're going to do is we are going to pull the 1986. We're going to pull the 1986 real quick because we got that rack pack, and we were going to do that from the beginning. But let's see, because we got quite the stack that we're going to pull. But let's do the 86 rack pack real quick. Some of the fun ones in there. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Hey, Dewey. Thanks for joining. All right. Tom, Mike Marshall, Cecil Cooper, Mike Bergweg, Johnny Ray, Tommy John, famous surgery named after him, Gary Lucas, Eric Davis, George Hendricks. We got Steve, Dan Quisenberry. We got the Canseco. We pulled one of those yesterday. It's a good one. It's got better centering than the one we pulled yesterday. Ozzie Smith, Mike Aldretti, and Von Hayes. Let's see what we got going on here. We got the Moose. We got Ray, Tim Conroy, Steve Boros, Manny Lee, Mike Lavier, whatever his name was, Dwight Alexander, Ozzie Virgil, Frank Tanana, Kurt Young, Dennis Eckersley, best mustache in the game, Wayne Krenchicki, Eric King, Greg Matthews, Ken Howell, Mike Felder, and Buddy Bell. And we'll round things off with, let's see what we got. Dewey, we started with the 87s, but we're just going to rip this whole thing in the middle here because that'll be fun. Dick Hauser, Ken Schramm, we got Billy, Hale, Sean Dunston, he was great. Ken Oberkfell, Mike Fitzgerald, Charlie Librant, Dave Steeb, Daryl Strawberry, he's a legend, Jim Clancy, Chris Brown, Mike Clear, great mustache, Rick Burleson, Tony Pena, Bob Forsch, and Pat Clements. All right, so the 86 didn't have nothing in it. So let's see what we can do here. So this is the 1991 Upper Deck Baseball. So this one, basically in this one, all we're looking for being the Find the Nolan is the Michael Jordan crossover. So the Michael Jordan super short print, the SSP1. It's him taking batting practice. Let's see if we can pull that guy, because it's like one in every 72 packs, I think I said, but let's see. All right, Jerry Brown, Paul Sorrento, not the cheese, Kurt Gibson, who's upside down there. Let's see what we got over here. That looks like Sandy Alomar. Yep, Sandy Alomar Jr. John Eriks. Over here, Wally Joyner. Just saw a bunch of him in the 87 tops. Mark. Mike Korn. Ruben Sierra on the upside down. We got Darren. Yep, I'll flip this back over. We got Wally Whitehurst. Doug Drabeck. Rick Honeycutt. Greg Olson. Mark Grace. Yep. Ending it out with Ozzie Smith. Not a terrible pack, but nothing too fantastic and solid. Let's go to 89 Topps Baseball. See if we can pull a Griffey. Oh, there goes the gum. Oh, there it goes. No thanks. All right. Leading off with Jim. Shane Raleigh. Juan Samuel, great mustache. Don Carmen. We got John. Didn't he used to have a mustache? Nick Eseski. Kurt Gibson. Scott Luciter. Mike Jackson. Don Baylor. Number one draft pick, Andy Benez. Beans? There's no way his name was Beans. Jeff Robinson. Wes Gardner. Mike Greenwell on the All-Star. Dan Quisenberry. And so a whole bunch of Schneed on the 89 tops. That's why they call it junk wax. What are we thinking? Let's do Dewey, you're up. What are we thinking? 1990, 1993 Bowman, 87 tops, 91 tops. What are we thinking? You choose. Fleer baseball. Bunch of fun stuff in here. The 93 Bowman. All right. Good choice. We got Boggs on the back. He's going to go on the back thing just for go Yankees, especially if it's a Yankees card. Oh, yeah. Trying to have to crush every corner here. All right. We got good old Matty. Oh, somebody fell. We got Brett Berube, Dave Hollins. Got Matt Noakes again. He's always around. Roger Cedeno. He was good. Oh, somebody's stuck. Willie McGee. Jay Buhner. Oh, I love Jay Buhner. Jay Buhner's making the back wall. Jay Buhner was a monster. All right, you got Matty again. We've been seeing a lot of him. Javi Lopez. It's a nice looking player of the year. Javi Lopez. It's a nice looking car. I remember Javi Lopez. Big Braves guy. Remember we used to have TNT on TV, and that was all the Braves. Kobe Overas. Ron Gant. Troy Neal. There are two on here. Todd Zeal. Todd Zeal on the Bowman. All right. And then we got Wade Boggs. Rest in peace, sir. All right. We got the Wally Joyner, Javi Lopez. Those are fun. It's actually kind of a cool pack. To me, it's always like the upper deck stuff. I always like the upper deck stuff, but just a lot of trash in there. Let's do 87. Let's do 87 tops. Not eating the gum. Not that guy. Oh, gross. All right. Let's see what we got here. Cut to the middle. There we go. All right. Give me a Bonds here. That'd be great. Bill Swift. Darryl Motley. Rob Murphy. Dave Smith. Tom Seaver. Gerald Perry. Mr. Dunston again. Ken Oberkfell. Mike Fitzgerald. Scott Nielsen. Scott Bales. Yeah, that one didn't look as bad as all the other ones, actually. Dwight Evans. Mike Marshall. Cecil Cooper. Kelly Downs. Alejandro Pena. And Vern. All right. Well, we'll take it, I guess. Didn't see anybody that was gonna knock your socks off in that one, but that's all right. All right. Let's go to the 90. Let's go to the 90 baseball. It's going to be a whole bunch of second year people, but it's all right. 90 baseball, I don't mind. Oh, there goes more gum. That one just left a mess on my mat. Gross. All right. Let's see what we got. We got Kirby Puckett. I'm going to put Kirby back there because he was the man. All right. We got Stan, Von Hayes, Pat Borders, Eric Show. We got Dave, Gary Sheffield. All right. I like that. No, can't hardly see it. Not really zooming well. Let's see. There you go. It's a nice one. All-star rookie. Wasn't his rookie year, but Bill Swift. Ozzie Smith. Let's give it the turn here. Ozzie Smith. Mike Marshall. Danny Cox. Mike Maddox. Great mustache. There's Kevin again. Bobby Thigpen. Checklist. There's Andy. And is anybody attached to him? Nope. All right. There you go. There's your 90. I'm going to keep rolling here. 87. Then I'll do 91. Then we'll do the Fleer. Oh, that gum fell apart. Not eating it. Sorry. Don't want to get a trip to the vet. All right. Pete Rose is the manager. We're putting Pete back there. Rest in peace, sir. Eddie Whitson. Jim Wynn. Bobby Horner, Lou Piniella. You know, normally I wouldn't give it up for Lou Piniella, but he had such a bonkers career that we're going to put him back there. Randy Bush, Bob Welch. No, not two in there. We got Thad making the turn. Max, Phil Necro, Jackie Gutierrez, Todd Worrell. Right, we got Tom, Roberto Clemente, turn back the clocks, Terry Kennedy, Jeff Calhoun, and Rod Scurry. All right. Didn't quite have the monsters in there that we were looking for, like Jackson or some of these other ones, Bombs. Let's do the 91 Topps Baseball. Oh, man, some of the gum looks like it was made yesterday, which means what preservatives are they putting in there? I always love these because they were really easy to read. And me, that's kind of a dumbass. This is always real easy for me to read and not find it. Like some of the ones that are fun, like the hockey, or not the hockey, the basketball cards, the names are so glossy that you can't even read any of them. Dave Walsh, Danny Darwin, Eric Anthony, Checklist, John Franco, another John, Derek May. There we go. Jimmy Quirk, Don Zimmer, go Yankees. Terry Pendleton, even though he got thrown as a Yankee by Pedro Martinez, I don't remember that. Bruce Hurst, Tom Foley, Daryl Boston, Joe Magran, and Jesse Barfield, whatever his name is. And he's the one that got smoked with the gum on the back. Look at that. Maybe I'll throw a random upper deck basketball in the mix here, even though it's not. Might as well just, while people are hanging out and seeing stuff. What are we doing? We're doing the Fleer. Fleer next, 87 Topps. Baseball. I got a fun one here too. This is actually 87 Donruss, which is kind of fun. So we can do one of those. I got the impossible to read 88 ones. Got the even more impossible to read 90 ones. 90s, I should say. Actually, we've got a bunch of fun ones. We've got the Bo Nose back here. We've got the 89 Bowman Baseball. That one's always a fun one. The Donruss of 1990, Series 1 and 2. 1989 Bowman Baseball. We're stacked over here. Doo-doo. All right. Cut to the Fleer. Dewey's leading the show here. I'm just taking directions. All right. Try not to smoke all of these, but let's see. All right. This is a decent sized pack here. Tony Fernandez, Kurt Young, Marvin Freeman. What year are we? Are we looking at Billy Ripken air card? I don't know. Don't remember that. What year we do? Bert Blyleven, Checklist, Dave Lapointe, Jay Buhner. It's always a good one. Love Jay Buhner. He's going back there. He was always a stud. Worked well with Griffey. I don't have that. All right. Todd Benzinger, Steve Lyons, Ron Robinson, John Dobson, Mark Langston, Don Robinson, Dave Bergman, Oral Hershiser. We got your Dodgers. We got your Expos. Oh, boy. I lost you. Got your Brewers making the turn. Corey Snyder, he's having a good time. Paul O'Neill, go Yankees. Ken Patterson. We got Tony again. Wes Gardner. Rick Sutcliffe. Dale. Greg. We got Mark. Manny Trillo. Mike Henneman. Jimmy Jones. Look, he's about to have Tommy Johns. That's right. All right. We got Kevin Brown and Kevin Reimer. Remember those? Jesse Orozco. Mike Jeffcoat. Tom Foley. Charlie Librant. And Mark Grant. All right. It's quite the 89 Fleer. I got tons of 89 Fleer. I could rip that for the next 2 hours. All right, let's do Topps 87 baseball. We're just turning this into a whole rip event here. I was just supposed to do 87 Topps, but on the rack packs, but you know, give the people what they want. All right. Tony Fernandez. We got Jim. Look at the goggles on that guy. Holy smokes. Jim Slayton, Pat Perry, Joe, Tim Hillett, Ted Power. Look at his haircut. Molly Backman, Candy Maldonado. We got Ron. We got Gary Carter on the All-Star. Tom Condiotti. Dave Van Ollen. Juan Bonilla. John McNamara. We got Boggs on the All-Star. And we got Donnie rounding things out. Not Donnie Baseball. It'd be fun to pull a Donnie Baseball. Never mad when we pull a Donnie Baseball. Let's see what we got here. What year was this? 87? 87, yeah. 87 Diamond Kings. Let's see. Here's our puzzle piece. Let's see what we can do. Some bonds in here, maybe. We got Tim, Rich Gedman, Eric Davis, Ed Vandenberg, Dave Henderson. We got Mr. Dunstan again. We got Don, Rudy Law, Kurt Ford, Ted on the Diamond Kings, Glenn Davis, Jack Morris, and Andy Hawkins. All right. That's a whole bunch of basically nobodies in there. Hence the term junk wax. True junk. All right. Keep rolling here. I'm going to do one to change things up just a little bit. Let's do a 95. Do a 95. Upper Deck basketball. I'm going to do a triple A baseball. We're going to find Tom Glavine in an 88 Fleer. We got the 90 Fleer. Got the 95 Upper Deck. Do the 89 Donruss. '93, '94 Upper Deck. '92. Baseball. All right, let's see. There's one other one that I was going to throw in the mix here. Actually pulled a pre-rookie Jason Giambi out of some of these, so that'll be fun. So then we're going to get rolling. All right. And then I've got some crazy ones here that are nuts. I don't even know what's in here. I don't know if you've ever seen these. 2024 Pieces of the Past Kaleidoscope Edition. They come with relics and a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if anybody's ever seen these. So I pulled these for fun on the stream the other day. Pulled literally the Wright brothers relic. Never thought I'd do that. George Fullman, the creator of Kodak, pulled one of his stuff. And then Alexander Graham Bell pulled some of his stuff. So really cool kind of collection. This was the Inventors collection. I don't know if you ever seen those before, but it's kind of cool. So I actually have one of these. If anybody's interested, I can pull one of those too, because I'm just kind of ripping stuff tonight because my Bills already lost on Thursday. So screw basketball, screw football. I mean, Monday Night Football, screw it. But yeah, these are kind of cool. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do some of that. But let's go hunting in some of the random piles here. Let's see what we got. 1991 draft picks collection. This could be baseball, basketball, or football draft picks. So we're just kind of doing a grab bag here. I kind of threw the just looking for 87 tops out of the window. We're just kind of pulling all sorts of nonsense here. Oh, great. Hockey. I don't even know who all these people are. Darcy Warenka. I don't know who that is. Todd Light. Heard of him. Don't know who he is. Terrell Brendan. Dan Chalowski. Again, these are pre-draft picks here, so we'll see who these people are. Richard Dumas. There's no way that's dumbass. I've learned that before. Classic draft picks. What is that? Just a checklist? All right. Mark Smith. Rick Irvins. Calvin Reese. Are these all unlicensed, unbranded on everything? Alex Stojanov. Erie Bienemy. Probably crushed that poor guy's name. And Anderson Hunt. All right. Never heard of any of those guys, I don't think. Those are all net new to me. All right, let's do 1992 Fleer Ultra Series 2 basketball, because that's always fun. Anything specific that you guys want me to pull? I mean, I've probably got it. 1988 Score baseball, a whole bunch of random stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. Scott Brooks. Johnny Con. What we got here? Tony Concac. I don't know who that is. Hey, Tio, appreciate that, my man. I'm just here having fun. Robert Parrish. Keith Jennings. I'm having fun, so I hope everybody else is. This is fun for me. Danny Young. Bobby Phills. A lot of people like this. You don't have to go try to find all the packs, buy them, negotiate with all the people. Brad Sellers. We got Lee Mayberry. Let's see what we got going on here. Who's that? Lateral Green. Yeah, Kenny Anderson here. And rounding it out with Lloyd Daniels. All right. Nobody in there that blew my socks off, I can tell you that. Was there anybody that was decent with the exception of what? Robert Parrish back in the day? Who else? Remember any of these other people? Seems like a whole bunch of owls in here. Who? They don't realize how fun it is. I agree. But they also don't realize how expensive it can get pulling old wax. All right, 1991 rookie, not Wookiee. This is a Star Wars. Star Trek? Star Wars? Which one was the Wookiees? Star Wars, probably. I don't know. All right, Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Andy Ashby. Look at that on the pre-rookie. You're going to be having a great career. Gary Wilson. Julius McDougall. Tracy Woodson. Matt Peavy. Is that what his name is? Peavy? Mm-hmm. Mike Loggins. Staring right at the sun. Tony Castillo. What are we doing? Every other one upside down? I'm getting myself motion sickness. Joe Hall. Dennis Powell. Jeff Facero. Was that? I'm saying Blaze Ilsley. Come on. Did I crush his name? Sorry about that. And then Gerald Young. Gerald Young. That sounds familiar. You play for the Yankees? No, but Andy Ashby on the Red Barons. AAA? Come on. Everybody remembers Andy Ashby. That's good. Tio, that's great. Auctions are the move, man. I can sometimes get lucky because I've got thousands and thousands of packs and I try to buy them in bulk, but I try not to just buy, big boxes. Like I've got boxes all over the place. I've got Scores and Scores, Upper Decks, Donruss. I've got everything. I've got Pro Set Platinum footballs and everything, but getting a lot of it is the kicker, because people are like, oh, I can give it to you, it's $180, and you're like, whoa, it's not 85 Fleer. Especially basketball, like you're not even touching an 86 Fleer because of Jordan. A single pack is worth high hundreds, thousands. It's crazy. All right, it was just 87, I think. I was just ripping, not paying attention. 89, sorry. I'm gonna say it's not the right color. Tim Leary, Jack Armstrong. We got Mike, Brian Fisher, Kevin, Dan Petrie, Dave Martinez, Devon White, Pat Borders, Cale Daniels, Hensley Mullins, Mike Maddox. Look at that lip sweater. That dude had the best mustache in the game. All right. Bolito Pena and Tommy Gregg. So there's another one. True junk wax. Nothing. Like nothing to write home about in there at all. All right. Let's pull a Tom Glavine. Enough messing around. Where's the Glavine at? 88 Fleer. Blue Jays nonsense. How do you must be so good if you can get the oil can to be put on your card. Even Doc Gooden didn't get Doc Gooden, but Dennis got Dennis Oil Can Boyd. Come on. All right, Dave Rigetti, Bob Patterson, Al Newman, Todd Carmen. Another just awesome lip sweater from Ken there. Bo Diaz, Tony Fernandez, Danny Darwin, Terrell Boston, great mustache. Ryan Sandberg, legend. Juan Nieves, Kevin Kaufman, and Lee Guterman. But yeah, I mean, what do we got there? I mean, I guess we had Ryan Sandberg and Dwight Gooden, but besides that, nothing to write home about. Let's do what do we got here? I think it was 95, right? 95, 96 Upper Deck basketball. This might be Shaq. Is this Shaq rookie time? I remember. Great to pull up. I mean, this is way after the fact, Jordan, but people are paying bonkers money for Jordan on here. Actually doing a live next week, I think it is, where I'm just looking for the Jordan 1991 Upper Deck short prints. So that'll be fun. All right. Clyde the Glide Drexler. Let's flip it over here. See what we got. Bimbo Coles. We got Tyrone Hill right there. We got Spud Webb. Carlos Rogers. Lamond Murray. Let's see, we go. We got everything stuck together here. Trying to be gentle so I don't crush everything. Latrell Sprewell. Used to have his shoes back in the day when I was a kid, I'll admit it. The Sprewell Spinners, they were called. Danielle Marshall. Mark Price. And ending things out with Steve Smith. Whole bunch of who's in there, but there's a couple in there. Sprewell's in there. I like Sprewell. What's going on? All right, we're going to do a few more, and then I'm going to go see if I made sure I won my fantasy this week. Then. All right, we got Upper Deck, 1993, 1994. A little bit different than what I just pulled, but same year, wasn't it? No, 94, 95. Too, it'd be great to get to pull a Jordan in this guy, too. It's even an earlier year. Yeah, right? What was the other one I just pulled? What year was this? 95, 96, yeah. All right. Antonio Davis. You got stuff stuck all over the place here. Can't even. Gilbert Cheney. Man, they're killing me with the glare on this. Or maybe it's my own stuff. All right. Eric Murdoch. I know who that was. Oh, we got Charles Barkley. Not even close to a rookie, but I'll take Charles Barkley. He's going on the back wall for a minute. Nate McMillan. Who's over here? Steve Kerr. All right, Steve Kerr. Won a couple championships with the Bull. Take it. There we go. AC Green. Spud Webb again. Man, I'm pulling a lot of Spud Webbs. Chris Webber. Chris Webber, that's great. Chris Webber is the man. Too bad it's not his rookie card, but he was the best. And Blue Edwards. All right, this actually, I'll be honest with you, that wasn't the worst. Could have been worse. Half the other shit that I pulled was really lame. So I'll take that. It's not a bad pack. See, told you I like Upper Deck. Got a few of these to try to get a whole bunch of stuff that I'm working on with side projects here when it comes to restoring some cards. We got the Whitey Ford that's being restored. I got the Bob Gibson, if you're just hanging in there. I got this one that I'm going to be restoring and submitting. I've got 2 slabs that I'm going to crack and restore. Just bought them. Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle. So we'll see what happens with those. If I can upgrade those grades by 1 or 2, we're talking huge difference. Get it back to PSA. I like SGC better, but all the value seems to always be just with PSA. So I have to be good with late in 3 months. All right. Hale Morris. Lee Tinsley. Over here. Yeah, Frank the Tank. Awesome. Because what year was this? Yeah, 95. I was going to say Frank the Tank was well into his time there. Sheffield, again, well into his time. Todd Zeal. Tony Clark. Denny Nagel again. All right. Pat Raff. Rapp. There he is. How come I don't remember Pat Rapp? Was he any good? Coney. He'll always be a Yankee to me. There we go. See, I always love their cards over here. Bobby Higginson. But I always love the upper deck cards. They always stuck together real bad, though. That's the issue. All right, and then we're going to 1990 Fleer baseball. And then I'm going to pull some of these kaleidoscopes because I don't know what the hell's in them. I'm going to pull some of these. Nobody wants to see it, don't watch. But I want to see what's in there because I don't know what's in there. I don't even know what the brand is supposed to be. Pieces of the Past. I don't know. But they called it like a hobby thing or whatever. So we'll see if that's cool or if that sucks. Greg Harris, Dave Rigetti, Eric Anthony, Brian Downing, Nelson Liriano. We got the double here. Mike Rousler and Derek May. Tim Cruz, Gonzo, Mike Fitzgerald, Kevin Seitzer, Brian Harvey, Herman Gonzalez, Mike Harkey. Great mustache. Look at that mustache. Unbelievable. Mike Heath and Chris James. Whole bunch of just total trash in there. All right, let's do it because I want to know what's in here. So if you don't want to know what's in here, don't watch. I want to know what's in here. These are going to be 4 cards per pack, 1 relic per pack. So hopefully I can get like a, I don't know. I don't even know what's supposed to be in here. This one feels like big blocks or something. All right. 1800s Pieces of the Past. So this is going to be Martin Van Buren. Holy smokes. Martin Van Buren. You kidding me? Wasn't he a president? Look at that. Aaron Burr, another president. Cornelius Vanderbilt. And Meriwether Lewis. Somebody look up what Meriwether Lewis was. Who the hell is that person? But I got his, it's actually like his, was that his book or something? Hundreds Pieces of the Past. Let's see. I don't know what this is, but yeah, these are definitely different, man. I don't know. I think that were you here last time? I showed you this. That's why we're doing it again. We pulled these. The Wright brothers, George Pillman, the inventor of the camera, like Kodak, the Eastman guy, and then Alexander Graham Bell. Those things, like, they never even figured that out. All right, we got Andrew Jackson. Cool. Napoleon Bonaparte. All right, we're going old school here. John Rockefeller. Oh boy, he's responsible for a bunch of stuff. And Zebulon Pike. How about that? Oh, Meriwether Lewis from Lewis and Clark. My man. That makes sense. I never ever knew what Lewis and Clark's first name was. Zebulon Pike. All right. Judging by what that is, he was French, it looks like. All right. Pieces of the Past here. And then I've got one more PSA slab that I'm going to pull, and then I'm heading to bed. Samuel Colt. All right. Kit Carson. Butch Cassidy. These are kind of cool here. And then Schwab. Just Schwab. Whoever Schwab was. Charles M. Schwab. Charles Schwab, like the Charles Schwab, like the creator of the whole financial system there of Schwab. Isn't that Charles Schwab? Isn't that who my money's with? I don't know. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got Van Buren again. Annie Oakley. You kidding me? Annie Oakley. Charles Dickens. Great haircut. And the Wright brothers. Again. Look at that. Rocking dual Wright brothers patches. Relic cards. Look at that. It's kind of cool. Boy, it's weird stuff, but It's different. All right, and I'm going to round it out here with the Only Mint Vintage Pack Pull. And then that's it. I could do this. I could do this all night with all these over here. All right. So these are actually really cool. These are guaranteed to be either, I think, PSA, CGC, or SGC, 1880s to 1979. So you know the card, but, oh no. Oh boy. My first time ever or what? Luckily I didn't do this as a short. You'd be here all month. Let's clean up my spot here. Stop looking like a slob. All right, so let's see what we got. So we're gonna do card first because we can't see the grade. Let's see. Is it gonna be a PSA? It's gonna be it's a PSA card. It's going to be Bobby Bragan. Oh boy. Now we gotta guess the grade. Well, it's off center. It's off center on both. Front and back. What year is this? I say he's the manager, wasn't he? So what, 1904? All right. All right, let's see. It's going to be, I'm guessing, PSA 7. 1963. 8.5. It's a pretty good guess. I think it's 2 off center for 8.5. It's an old PSA label. 8. I said 7. You said 8.5. I guess you're closer. All right. Kind of cool. I've never pulled a banger out of these, ever. It's always been like a, I thought it was 2 off center to even be an 8.5. Even be an 8. Because the front and the back are off. But corners are good. Corners are good. No stains. Corners are pretty decent. Yeah, no surface wear. I know, it is pretty good for being, what, 1963? I mean, this Bob Gibson that I'm restoring, that's an 65. I mean, look at the corners on that guy. That guy's doing all right. It's off center on the back a little bit. But I can make that work. Actually, that's kind of fun. Let me do one more of those old mints. Only mints. There we go. Old mints. That's what my grandma had in her house. All right, let's do one more here. Come on. Can I get in here or no? He's childproof or what? All right. All right, let's see what we got. Is it? Oh, it's PSA again. Newer slab. All right, let's see what we got. We got Billy Herman. Boy, what year is this? It's gotta be old. Holy cow. All right. Corners are a little chewed. Centering's a little off. He's born in 1909. So this has to be a card from what, the 30s, I would imagine? 1931. This guy's got to be ancient. All right, let's see what we got. I'm guessing based on corners, whatever. I'm saying this is a, what's a rough corner on the back there? I'm saying this one's a 5. But for the age of it, not a bad card. Let's see. Oh, what are you going to do? Be stuck? Dick. Let's see. 1955. Billy Herman tops. We got a, I was thinking 5, but we'll see. Very good. 4. Yeah, that makes sense. The card, they are beat on that edge. tell you, it's not a terrible looking card though. Again, for 1955, like I got that Whitey Ford from 1956, and it's in rough condition. Wonder what these are worth. Probably, I don't know, $10 or something like that, just because of what they are. Well, now I might basically just pulling stuff just because. Let's see. It is still a cool card, yeah. All right, I got 2 of them left. I'm waiting to pull something that has any real value to them. They said you could pull like some bangers in here, but might as well do the other 2. Can always get more. Let's see. Love to catch like a 19 something. Not expecting to be in good condition, just old. I'm guessing all these, because they're all repacks, and all these are just used to make money for the repacker. I mean, you don't really make bangers on here, but all right. I know that is this Tony Taylor, isn't it? Yep, Tony Taylor. It's a pretty clean card. It's going to be, what, a 1963. Back looks good. Centering's off. The corners are in good shape. I bet you this is like a 7 at least. The back's in pretty good shape. Yep, it's a 63. And it is a 6. Oof. I don't know if that was 6 worthy. Corners are real good. 6, that's rough. It's really rough for a 6. That thing seems way better than a 6. That might be a crack and regrade potential there. Somebody might have been having a bad day, but the back definitely is off. I feel like I've seen cards in worse shape than this that were a 6. This is better than some 7s that I've seen. Huh. All right. Bet you that's worth about $10. All right, last one here, and then I actually am leaving. I've been streaming. I was going to do a 20-minute stream. It's almost 10 o'clock my time. All right. Let's rock on this one here. Let's see. Give me something old. Oh, we got an SGC. Michael Franklin Higgins. Oof, this is going to be old school. Jeepers. Born 1909. So this one's going to be what? All right. Card's actually not in the worst shape, but Pinky Higgins. I don't even know who that is. All right. Let's see what we got. I'm going with it's going to be a 5. 1941 play ball, Pinky Higgins. 2.5. Oh, is it that bad? Come on, for a 2.5 from a card from 1941, 2.5? That seems rough to me. Granted, I'm no grader. 2.5? Come on. Now, for being 1941, I wanted to see just what the corner difference was. Well, actually, no, let's use this one. This is a 4. You tell me that this guy's so much better over here that looks like a... Look at it. Looks like a woodchuck chewed on the corners of this one. This one got a 4. This one's 14 years older. I mean, I guess they're all rounded, I guess, but I mean, give it some slack. 1941 play ball. Come on. Exactly. Like my dogs would make quick work of these, so I got to keep these away from them. But I don't know, 2.5. I'll have to look that up. Pinky Higgins. He was a tad before my time. It's a cool card, though, I will say, because they didn't really have the tech that they got today. This, they started to step their game up. This started to go even further. The other ones I got upstairs. I'll have to see what that Maris comes back at, because if this is getting a 2.5, The 2 Maris that I have are about to get fractions of fractions, 0.5. All right. Well, had some fun, pulled some packs. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back because we're going to do another bow nose chase. We're going to do a Michael Jordan super short print on the 91 upper deck. I'm going to do a 89 tops run because I got that box. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. So appreciate you all hanging out. Have a great night. Stay safe.